My friends, today we have a very special episode. This is actually a bonus episode. So you're getting the Stern Truth Business Unfiltered twice this week. This is not a Business Therapy Thursday. This is a bonus Thursday episode. And I'm fast tracking this publishing of this episode because Ashley Leeds is the 15-minute guy. When it comes to LinkedIn, you are going to learn I actually learned some amazing strategies, tools, and insights about LinkedIn I had no idea about. It is one of the most underrated, misunderstood social media platforms out there for business owners. So grab a pad of paper and pen, listen to Ashley Leeds from the other side of the pond, as they say, on the special bonus episode of The Stern Truth. Enjoy. Hi, I'm Marshall Stern, and I've spent over 35 years leading and growing multiple small businesses. I know firsthand the struggles of entrepreneurship, feeling isolated, lonely, overwhelmed, and feeling like you have to do it all by yourself. I've been through multiple recessions, and I have felt the highs and the lows. I've been there, and I get it. This podcast is here to change that. Every week, I will bring you straight talking advice, real-world strategies, and honest conversations about what it takes to succeed in business without the fluff, the gimmicks, or the sugarcoating. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start making real progress, then you are in the right place. This is The Stern Truth. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Stern Truth, Business Unfiltered. All right, I want to introduce everyone to Ashley Leeds, and I want everyone to guess where Ashley's from. Ashley, how are you?
So this is where I do a different accent, isn't it? And really throw all your listeners off. So yeah, you should be able to guess where I'm from that accent, shouldn't you?
I think so. We'll see. I want people to comment. How's your day going?
My day is absolutely fantastic. Been really busy. I've just had a little break, and so when you run your own business, it's hard to take time out because you've got loads of things to do before you go, and then loads of things when you get back. So I'm just getting back into the swing of things, and then we've got a weekend to look forward to. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you very much.
Right, nice. If you had said it's all brilliant, then everyone would know. Okay, I know where he's from.
Yeah, right. Of course. Yeah.
Okay. But I think the accent gives it away. Okay, so where are you from? And what do you do?
So I live in the West Country of Devon. So I've got a little bit of a West Country twang. So I've always lived down in where it's not so busy. And I now live by the coast. I'm a 10-minute walk from the sea. So as soon as I finish this, I'm going to go and just chill out by the sea. And that's a little place called Devon. And so I am the 15-minute guy. And so I help people stand out and get visible with LinkedIn.
In 15 minutes?
In 15 minutes a day.
A day.
Okay. And this is the thing, Marshall. You know when we book a meeting in our calendar of choice, it defaults to an hour or half an hour. And you come on, you have a meeting with somebody, and because you've got half an hour or an hour to fill, you just talk about the weather or the game last night or stuff like that. When it was busy during COVID, so many people wanted to talk to me, so I cut it down to 15 minutes. And nobody turned around to me and said, why are you only giving me 50 minutes? They was like, wow, he's respecting my time. He's respecting his time. Let's go in. Let's get the job done. And in 15 minutes, we were sorted. And so when I started training people on LinkedIn, I started doing exactly the same. And if you go in with purpose, you can get it done in 15 minutes. But here's the thing, Marshall. 15 minutes, 5 days a week, over a year, allowing some time for holidays, you are doing 65 hours on LinkedIn. That's the thing. 65 hours adds up to an awful lot over the year, and it's all about the consistency.
Yeah, it's interesting because I always talk to my clients about being consistency and just a little bit, just the 1%, just a little bit, which is this basically the same thing. But people don't realize there's also a compounding effect. People don't realize that when you do the math, 65 hours, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
So before we get into the whole 15-minute part and what you specifically do, I guess it's all part of it. What do you see, like LinkedIn? I always say I have a sort of this love-hate relationship with LinkedIn. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs do, just because there's so much so many, salespeople, everybody wants business. Everyone's on LinkedIn reaching out and, in mailing and connecting and all. Where's the power? How do you think people are misusing LinkedIn?
Okay, great question. When I teach LinkedIn to people, the first thing I say to them is, do you go networking? So in real life networking, I don't know if you have BNI over there, but there's lunches and there's breakfasts and there's evenings and things that you can go to. There's all, if you type into Google networking events in my area, and you'll get a few. We go to a networking event, we show up as ourselves. We may or may not take a business card with us, but we'll go and talk to other business owners. Hi, Marshall, how are you? And you're soaking wet. I'm like, oh, is it still raining? Did you find anywhere to park? And we chat about other things other than our business. And, you're sort of like, is that an English accent? Where are you from? And we start chatting. And they're like, you're Canadian? And we sort of like have those little chats, right? That's just human stuff. That's what humans do. That's how we've evolved. We like stories. We like being friendly. We like connecting with people. Also at that event, I might turn around and say, oh, I'm really struggling with my business at the moment. And, oh, you can help me with this, and maybe we grab a coffee somewhere. Or maybe not. Does it matter? But while we're also there, I might turn around and go, you need to speak to Sally. She does websites. And so you have a little chat with Sally. And we're just having these conversations with nice people. You go to a networking event, you spend a bit of time there, and then you go home. If you do LinkedIn exactly the same way, so you come on, you say hello to Marshall, you say hello to Sally, you add a little bit of your personality with a comment or a post, people start seeing you showing up. And then when they start seeing you showing up more regularly, they get to know you. Then they get to like you. And then once all that's built up, they start to trust you. And then when they need somebody to help them with whatever it is you do, because they've been so used to seeing you, adding value, being there, being consistent, they go, that guy does LinkedIn. Let's give him a shout. This guy does business coaching. Let's give him a shout. Sally does websites. Let's give her a shout. And that's what we do. We don't go on and bombard people with messages, because that's like going up to somebody at a networking meeting and so like, this is my business card. I do LinkedIn. Here you go. Have that. I'm the best at LinkedIn. If you did that in a networking event, you'd find an arch around you, because nobody would want to be near you. But that's what people are doing on LinkedIn. But if you just act like you would a networking event, then you're winning.
Okay, so you've kind of answered the question, because so many people are doing that. Not doing what you're like. They are just like, it's the old, I don't know if you've ever seen it, the Saturday Night Live skit back in, this is probably like 20 years ago, the business card, like just bam, right? It's sort of, everyone's just in your face. This is, like, and ever since, I don't know if you've received this as well, I'm sure you, like, ever since I started my podcast, which has been over a year now, I'm bombarded. My inbox in LinkedIn, my inbox and my email with people just, I can help you get, for the YouTube channel or the podcast or whatever, I can just help you this, I can help you that. And it's like, okay, hi, who are you? How do you know I even want help or need help, right? So it's all about them. So where's the secret on LinkedIn? What's the power of LinkedIn? Because you have, we spoke about this before, and I'm not the first one to say this, like, you have the perfect last name. Like, I have like the Stern Truth podcast using my last name, but you're the Leeds guy, because that's what really we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, good point. Yeah, we do want leads, but what we're doing on LinkedIn, we're building trust, and we're getting people to know who we are. We're building our presence. We're building our personal brand. And so all the other stuff comes off the back of that. As long as we remind people that's what we do, then the business does come. And, people are sort of like, I've been watching you for ages. I've been following you. I'm starting a brand new training course this evening. It's sold out, oversubscribed, so nobody else can join. But I've put on LinkedIn today that I'm celebrating 5 years in business. Someone else put on there that they are as well, and they've been following me for the whole of my business. They're coming on my training course today. 5 years it's taken them to become a client. But every time I've been on LinkedIn, they're just going, that's the guy for me. When I'm ready, that's the guy for me. I trust him. That's the guy for me. Yeah. Now, some people meet me for the first time and go, yeah, let's do this. I really need to do this. And other people, they've just been following me forever because they know who I am. And, you know, they'll turn around to other people. You need to go and follow this guy because he knows quite a bit. And if you're, you know, an accountant and you're sharing information about QuickBooks, then I'm going to start recommending you to people, you know, oh, you use QuickBooks, do you? I follow this guy on LinkedIn. You know, it's just those little things. And it's like going to a networking event every single day, worldwide. I'm not just doing it in Devon. I am going worldwide. And so if someone writes a post and I go and comment on it, it's like I've just popped up in another networking event. Hi, it's me. And that's all we're doing. And you don't go on and write, that's a good post. You go on and add a little bit of your value, a little bit of your personality. Brilliant idea. I totally get that. But have you ever thought of this, this, and this? Or, you know, and so I love using emojis because then I can be a little bit cheeky without being rude. So the one I use the most is the smiley face with the tears coming out, because I like to be a little bit funny, a little bit cheeky. But sometimes if you actually write that down, that looks a bit condescending, rude, or what have you. But if I put the little thing there, say, oh, it's just Ash being Ash. And so that's my personality.
Right. So, okay. I know you're not going to give away the whole secret sauce and we're going to talk about like what you have to offer, your programs, how people can work with you and all of that. Because I do think LinkedIn is one of the most, and you're probably going to agree with me on this, misused, powerful tools out there. There's just like everything else, there's so much information on how to use LinkedIn, and there's all these like LinkedIn experts. Same thing with just social media generally, and posting and blogging and everything, and YouTube or video content generally. So I've been told, go into LinkedIn. So I'm curious. This is a question for you. I'm picking your brain now.
You carry on, and look, I've not got secret sauce.
Yeah,
I've just got experience, and I'm happy to share. You know, you ask me anything. There's no boundaries.
So people have told me go into LinkedIn every single day. You're allowed up to 100 connection requests a week, right? It's 400 a month. So go in 20 connection requests a day. Just find out who you want to, by industry or by title or whatever. Just connect, no message, just connect. It's a game of numbers. What do you say to that?
I call BS.
Okay.
It's not a game of numbers. It's a game of so you're saying, or whoever told you, that it's a game of quantity. All right, it's not a game of quantity. It's a game of quality. Okay. Now I subscribe to this guy that creates a list every single month, and every single month he has people who've got the most followers in the month. Okay. There's people on there doing 1,500 new followers in a month. Okay. That's not organic. They're reaching out. Okay. Now, if I reach out to connect with 500 people in 1 month, how many of those people are going to go, oh, it's Ashley. How nice that is. I'm going to connect with him. And how many other people are going, oh, it's just another connection. So that's okay. I connect. All right. And the people that go, oh, it's Ashley. When I write a post, they're going, oh, I like that. And they're interested. Everyone else is going, bleh. All right. And so I don't reach out and connect with people. They connect with me. And because they're connecting with me, they obviously want to see what I'm doing. They want to get engaged. They want to learn from me, read my content. So my content gets an awful lot of engagement compared to people who've got thousands and thousands of followers because they've just gone connect.
Okay, so is this you don't have a secret sauce? Is the power then in? I've also been told the opposite, not the opposite, but to go in, and you talked a little bit about this earlier, to people's posts and comment exact, not just like or whatever you do or support, and not just say 100% agree, because then it's like, are you reading it? And you have to be careful, because if you're agreeing with something you don't even agree with, so commenting and engaging with them that way on their posts, and then that between that and your own posts, being consistent every single day.
Every single day.
Day.
Go in every single day. I suggest you comment at least 10 times a day. So it's 10 different posts. Okay.
Okay.
So I saw a post today, a friend of mine. She was at a business show. She is a photographer, and she spent the whole day doing headshots at this business show. She took 60 headshots and she put all of those, one of each person, into a fast flowing video. So you're now seeing all these different people popping up. All right. It looks really good. It's fun. It's a showcase for her work, but it also shows what a great day she had and all the different people she met and stuff like that. So it's a great bit of content. And she's got about 20 comments on there and a few likes and stuff like that. I went on and commented on there and I said something along the lines of, oh my goodness, I missed you. I'm coming to your stand next year. I could have so enjoyed, I think she started off saying most people say they don't like having the photo taken. And I went, I love having my photo taken in capital letters. And then the next line, obs. Yeah, that's totally my personality. Those people that she took a photo of, who I'm not connected to, are going to see that comment and they're going to go, oh, this guy looks fun. And they click on my name and go and look at my profile and probably follow me or connect with me. Yeah, I've given my friend a little bit of a shout out because if you get comments on your post, then that helps get your post more reach. So she's feeling happy that I've done that, and I feel good doing it. So it's a win-win, and I'm behaving to Lucy how I would in real life. And if I see her at a show, I go, hi Lucy, how you doing? And give her a hug and all that sort of thing. I'm not there with my business card. You still haven't done that LinkedIn training course we talked about. When are you going to buy my services? And she's not going to turn around to me and go, when are you going to have a photo, Ash? All right. That's just the way it is. But the thing is, I'm now talking about her. So, that's great. But if someone turns around to me, I need a headshot, I need to go to Lucy. She's brilliant. Yeah, because I see her popping up. And vice versa. Why do I go for LinkedIn? Oh, go and have a chat with Ash. And so if you're showing up regularly, all right, so if you go into BNI, yeah, and you're at BNI and in your chapter, there's a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, you're somewhere else and you turn around and go, well, I know this great candlestick maker. And then you bring that introduction in next week. It's just the same, but you don't have to get dressed and you don't have to get up stupid early and eat a really sad breakfast.
I did the lunch one. I couldn't do the breakfast one. I had to get my kids to school, so I did the lunch one. And it wasn't so bad. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's nothing wrong with BNI. BNI has its place. But it is a lot of work. That's on a different story.
But it is the same story because if you use LinkedIn like networking, it is exactly the same. Yeah. I've got a friend that goes to a local BNI and he lives a good hour and a half away and it's a 6:30 start.
Yeah.
So that guy's day is wiped out on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus the expense. I mean, you're talking about now like 5 hours or 6 hours of his day, plus the cost of the breakfast, plus the cost of the gas, unless it's his electric vehicle, right?
And the membership.
And the membership in 6 hours. What can you do in 6 hours?
On LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, oh my 6 goodness. Hours. You could do so much in 6 hours on LinkedIn, Marshall.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, there's the pressure of now having to give referrals.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, which is another thing. Okay, so you've already given so much, but we love golden nuggets on this podcast. That's what my father used to call it, golden nuggets. Take golden nuggets. So we like to give our listeners golden nuggets on different tools, strategies of how they can help their business. What would you say would be maybe your top 2 or 3?
Okay. Well, I know that you like people to get their pad and paper out and write some notes.
You've listened. All right.
So here's a few things that you could be writing down, dear listener. The first thing you need to write down is less than 5% of people create content on LinkedIn. Because what happens is we go on LinkedIn and all this content, no one's going to want to hear from me. That's rubbish. People aren't creating content. So if you start creating content, do the maths, you're better than 95% of people on the platform.
Wow.
How cool's that?
Yeah.
And if you start a little regular thing, so a post on a specific day of the week, then it's not going to take you long to start building up that momentum. And the reason for doing a specific day per week, all right? So I'm trying to come up with something for you could do Marshall's Monday.
So you're talking about like themes, like a Monday's a theme, Tuesday's a theme.
Absolutely. Yeah. Marshall Monday. So every single Monday we get the stern truth from Marshall. All right. This is what you should be doing this week to move the needle 1%. All right. So every single Monday at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 4 o'clock. It really doesn't matter. But at the same time, same day, every single week, we're getting this from Marshall. All right.
Okay, so on that, no, I love that. Okay, so on that, you said it doesn't matter if 8 a.m., 12. Doesn't matter. Does it really matter? With the algorithms, I know people say social media, there's like different times throughout the day where it's doesn't matter, or you just should pick a time and try to be consistent on that time.
Absolutely. As a story that I used to tell about a TV show, the Great British Bake Off. I don't know if you have it in Canada.
Okay, I think so.
Yeah. So basically, you get these 15 people that bake cakes, and you put them in a tent, and it was a big hit. I think it was the BBC. And you could just imagine they must have had lots of different meetings of when they were going to put this show out. So they've probably got this room, and there's probably 10 execs in this room. Like, no, we think it's going to be Tuesdays at 3 o'clock. And no. Saturdays is the best day for a show like this. And we've got all this data to do all of this. And, and eventually after 17 meetings, they hit on Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Yep.
The show was great. Whether it was Tuesdays at 8 p.m. or Sundays at 4 p.m. or whatever, people would have found it and got there. They then sold the rights to that TV show to Channel 4. Did Channel 4 have a meeting to work out the best time? No, they didn't. They put it on at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, because that's where we've all anchored the Great British Bake Off. So if Marshall wants to do his post on a Monday at 8 o'clock because that suits him, then that is the time we do it. All right. And people will start gravitating to it. Now, don't go doing a post. So you go to bed. Let's just say you go to bed at 10 o'clock. Don't do a post at 10 o'clock before you go to bed, because you can't interact with it. Most people are probably going to bed at the same time. Yeah. But pick a time that suits you. You said you couldn't go to BNI because you got your kids. Well, if your kids are getting in the way in the morning, then do your post a little bit later in the morning, and then you're there to nurture it. Because if I go and comment on your post and you don't comment back, that's damaging your reach. So don't do your post and then disappear. Hang around. So you've got to find a time that suits you. And there's lots of people out there saying, "Oh, we've done loads of testing and this is the best time to post. That's the best day to post." It's only for their data. It's only for their data.
Yeah.
It's your data. It's your network. It's how you write what you do. Only you can test that. So you tell me what the best time is.
Okay. So consistent time. Love that. Okay. What else you got for us?
Wait, so we've written down that less than 5% of people create content. Yep. All right. And if you do something on a regular basis, okay.
Yep.
Then you start, what actually happens, right? With your coaching, you probably know about the RAS, the reticular activation system. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically what happens is our brains have got like 40, 50,000 bits of information coming at them every day, and the brain takes shortcuts. But if you start turning around to your brain and saying, right, I'm going to do this on a Tuesday, that on a Wednesday, your brain will start thinking of those ideas. Okay. I work a lot with accountants, and so I'd say to them, do a tax tip Tuesday. And so if you do a tax tip Tuesday, you're like, all right, okay, maybe I can write about corporation tax and law 10329. So they write that on Tuesday. But because they're thinking about tax tips, their reticular activation system is thinking about tax tip Tuesday. And they'll see something when they're going out, they get a receipt when they buy a coffee or something, it says VAT on it. Oh, I could do that. I'll save up a couple of receipts. And then by the time they get to next Tuesday, they've probably got 2 ideas. And then it keeps going on, and they've probably got 3 ideas the following Tuesday. And before they know it, they've probably got 10, 15 ideas for Tax Tip Tuesday. And so, it's like when I break that down, actually, there's 3 here for VAT. So I could do VAT on a Friday. Does that make sense? People turn around to me, oh, I really don't know what to write about. The top tip here, I love this one. Get your phone. All right. So please do this now. Get your phone and open up your photo reel. Okay. And just scroll through your photos. Okay. There's one here, right? This is, I've just come back from Malta. This is a tuna steak. It was incredible. I might use that one day.
Right.
Okay. But I'm out and about and I see things. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I'll take a photo. Why is that doing that? I'll take a photo. And then one day I was like, oh, I don't know what to write about today. Scroll through my photos, find something, put it up, and there you go. So it doesn't, I don't talk about LinkedIn and branding every single post that I do. I talk about all kinds of things.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see that because, and I do my themes. Have my theme day. So I love that you said that because it sort of just confirms, okay, yeah, I'm doing part of it right. And I'll be out in a store because because of the reticular activating system, I didn't even think of it that way. I know I do posts different, like Monday Mindset. I do Tuesday Tip. The Stern Truth is on Wednesday, although everything's the Stern Truth. Some of them are disguised. And I'll see like one of those those in the home decor stores. Okay, and I've done this, and I've gotten great traction with posts. And I'll see like a picture that'll be a motivate. They sell pictures like frames, and they'll have like stuff, quotes in it or something. I'll see something that is inspirational because because of the RAS, I'm thinking that it's like, okay, I'm going to take a picture of that. And sometimes I'll actually post it, like I'll just do it. I'll post it. And other times I'll wait till my scheduled time, which is probably the best thing to do. But I'll post it, and whatever the text part is, I'll use, but it's the image, right? So I do have a question on that before we go on, because there's all this talk about static posts on social media, reels, video. For you, do you think should you mix it up? Is it one or the other? LinkedIn Lives?
Mix it up because then we start seeing different things. Okay. Because the thing is, you're like, oh, I don't like doing video. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that like watching videos. I don't know if you've heard of a channel called YouTube. People love watching videos because there's so many videos there. All right. They wouldn't produce videos if people didn't like to watch videos. So just because you don't like watching videos doesn't mean that other people don't. Right. Now, the beauty about a video, and this is why I love doing these shows and stuff like that. Someone who's watching this right now are going to be seeing you and me for 30, 40, 50 minutes. It depends on how long we go. But they're going to get us for a long time. Okay. This could be cut into short, so we could use little bits and what have you. But they're actually interacting with us. They're starting to see us, hear our mannerisms and our personality and stuff like that. Whereas a photo is just a static photo. But if we mix it up, we're getting everybody. Some people like long content, so there's an article or a newsletter. Some people like a short video, so that's the LinkedIn video. Some people like a live or a podcast, then they've got LinkedIn Lives. Some people like lots of pages, so you could do a document post. So if you keep switching it up, and the poll is another great fun thing to do because it's easy to engage with, but it's also very good to get a little insight into what your connections are doing. Once you've done a poll, you can go into the analytics of the poll and you can list everybody that voted for XYZ. So, for example, I might be a CPA and I go, right, I want to know what software business owners are using. Are you using QuickBooks? Are you using Sage? Are you using Xero? And the other option would be other, please comment, or you could put spreadsheet in there. So you've got 4 options, but always put other, please comment, because everybody has an opinion on LinkedIn. What you can do is after the event, so a week later, you can go in, all right, and if you're a Xero expert and you've got a load of people that prefer Xero and spreadsheets, you look at all of those names and say, hey, thanks ever so much for commenting on my post or voting on my post. I see that you're into Xero. I love Xero. Here's a little insight that I've done on Xero, and here you go. That's something nice to give. I see you use a spreadsheet. Have you ever thought about Xero? Here's 3 things that you should be thinking. Here's 3 things that Xero does over a spreadsheet. And all from a little post, but it's giving you a lot more insights. And when you message that person and say, thank you for voting, it's not cold. They voted. They know that when they vote, their name goes somewhere. So it's not a bolt out of the blue. And if you're giving something of value, it's like, oh, that Marshall's a really nice guy. And so, yeah, it's another way to gather a little bit of data, do a bit of good work, have a bit of fun.
I love that. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done a poll on LinkedIn. but I'm seeing them more. I am seeing.
Give it a go. Give it a go.
I've seen it more and more. I know I've done polls in Facebook groups that I'm in.
So
Okay.
here's one for you, Marshall.
Yeah.
Who do you seek advice from? All right. Partner, coach, mentor, other, please comment. See what happens. See what happens.
I might just have to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to see that. I'm making a note of that. I got my own pad of paper and pen.
Well, it's the law when we listen to the stern truth.
So that is the stern truth. Okay. I want to hear. Okay. Before we go today, this is a big one. I would like to hear your stern truth on the utilization of AI on LinkedIn.
Okay. It's a good one, this one. Yeah, use it for everything that you do on LinkedIn because you don't want to be yourself. I was being ironic.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Throw the AI away and be your natural self. Okay. I did a bit of filming a while back with this guy. We're connected on LinkedIn. We've spoken a few times. I've caught up with him at events, and at events it's really busy, so it's just like a quick 2 or 3 minute chat. And I did some filming with him. And when we got to the venue, there was the cameramen and the audio team. They were setting it all up. So we sat outside by the fire and had a cup of tea together. And we were chatting and what have you. And he turned around to me. He says, "Oh, I've been following you on LinkedIn, Ashley, and you are just in real life like you are on LinkedIn." I went, "Yeah, that's the thing. That's how we have to be." And so if you start using AI, it's going to polish some of those blemishes. It's going to smooth over some of those cracks. And we need to be 100% authentic. Mm-hmm. You know, and now and again, I get someone hammering the keyboard because you've spelt something wrong. Hey, I'm only human.
Yeah. My wife does that. She'll text me during the day. "You have a typo in your post." It's like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm real. It's live. It's live. Yeah. As long as it's not a typo that's really, really bad. But yeah. Look, there's nothing wrong with using AI to help ideate some content ideas.
Right.
Okay. There's nothing wrong to start writing a post and saying, "Oh, could you help me with this?" Or, "What do you think about that? Should I put this in?" But please go through it and take out all the AI-ness out of it. You know, we see there's some words that AI uses that I would never ever use.
Well, they do and ChatGPT does the dash, whatever it's called.
The M dash.
M dash, which you can automatically take out, but still you can pretty much see. Okay. But with the AI, because you can see what's AI usually.
Yeah, you can
determine, right? Although, funny story, and I posted about it. I got great traction from it. Just last week or 2 weeks ago now, someone in one of my Facebook groups posted claiming that my post, she said, while I appreciate, I've talked about this on the last podcast too, while I appreciate your viewpoint or post or whatever, this screams AI. Now, the ironic thing is, and it was under some fake handle name. The ironic thing is, because it's my Facebook group, I could see who it really was. And she's a digital marketer. So my response back was simply, while I have used AI in the past as a tool, this was 100% me. The backlash against this person from everyone else was tremendous, and she eventually deleted it because everyone was saying, "Who cares what he's doing?" Like, really, in the end, like, why are you calling him out? Who cares? So I reposted about this whole situation, and I got, like, in my own words, and then at the bottom I said, "By the way, this is 100% not AI. This is Marshall." But it was an authentic post. Again, it was tremendous. The comments, the engagement was on both sides. Some people said they would never use AI, right? But majority of people are like, again, who cares?
Yeah. It's at the end of the day, it is a tool.
It's a tool. Yeah.
Why not use it? It's like getting somebody out to, I don't know, put some shelves up in my house, and they get their screwdriver out and they do that. Why aren't you using an electric screwdriver?
Oh, I should have done that. You're right. Yeah. Okay. I have a question on LinkedIn. Another question on LinkedIn. And this is regards AI as well, because I'm seeing more and more and more. How do you feel about long format versus short format?
I love this question as well. I get it all the time. I look at my bookcase. Okay, I got some thin books and some thick books. I read them all. I don't sort of like go, oh, I'm not going to read that because it looks really thick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. That's great for a 2-week holiday or whatever, you know. And the same with short and long, I can't even say it. Long and short form video.
Right.
The content should be as long as it needs to be to get that point over. Okay. So we've got a short attention span. No, because if we've got a short attention span, no one would go to the movies. No one would. Oppenheimer was like a big movie, right? It was a really long movie.
Mm-hmm.
No one would go, but they do. We've got a short attention span. Then why are they watching X number of episodes and seasons of shows on Netflix? So some of these things, I don't watch an awful lot, but I'm trying to think of a big show that's been recently. Is it Stranger Things? And that was quite a number of seasons, and you know. But if we've got a short attention span, they wouldn't have made season 2 or 3 or 4 or what have you. You know, and we're all looking forward to the next Reacher. And so don't fill it with fluff to fill it out. But if you've got something to say and it's going to take you 10 words instead of 5 words, then use 10 words. But if you can do it in 5, do it in 5.
Yeah.
You don't. When you buy a book, like, why have they put that in? And just to make it look thicker. Oh, there's no point.
Okay, I do. I lied. I have one more question.
That's all right.
This is my part.
This is the trouble with LinkedIn, right? Because it's like, oh, hang on. Oh, I need to ask this. And it's a good job we're not live, because we'd have other people coming in and, what about this?
I know. And you know what? Honestly, like everyone's Instagram, Facebook, I don't even want to talk about TikTok. It has its place and everyone kind of knows what it's for. I still think LinkedIn is one of the most misunderstood and misused platforms.
Yep.
No, I forgot my point. Got it back. Hashtags.
Yeah, waste of time.
Okay, tell me more.
So LinkedIn did use them. Now they don't use them at all.
Really?
I think the term they use is deprecated. All right, and it's been like that for about 12 months. So it's and again, this is the cool thing. If you notice, Instagram have gone that way as well. It used to be 30, now it's only 5. I think I'm not an Instagram.
I just noticed that. Yes.
Yeah. So there's got to be something in it, and because you can tell if someone's come from Instagram. So they've gone to a talk about using social media, and they're always on Instagram, and they're always using, doing reels and all that sort of malarkey and the 30 hashtags. I was like, I'll try it on LinkedIn. There's 30 hashtags on LinkedIn. Like, I know where you've come from. So yeah, don't bother. Don't waste your time using hashtags. They don't do anything.
Wow, I had no idea.
The only benefit, if you wanted to, is every single post that you do, put hashtag the stern truth, and then you'll always be able to find your content. But no one's going to follow it. They used to be able to follow hashtags, but you can't follow them anymore either. So I can go into search and find the stern truth, or the 15-minute guy. But I haven't put a hashtag on any of my posts for donkey's years.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Before we go, one final. Well, also,
you said that for the last few questions
because it's such a hot topic. It really
is. It is, and I love it. And I prefer this than other chats, because I love the difficult questions, because it's also given me an insight as to what other people are struggling in. And when I do my training, like this session tonight, the first thing I'm going to say to them is no such thing as a silly question.
Yeah.
So carry on, sir. Carry on.
Oh, I don't have it. Well, my question is, what from you to you, one final golden nugget takeaway for our listeners.
Okay, so this is the easiest thing that we can all do today. You get your camera on your phone. Use the proper camera, get a friend to take the photo. If you're indoors, get the friend to put their back to the window so there's loads of light on you, and you take a photo about that close. So it's about 6-8 inches, all right? 20 centimeters in new money. Because we just want the face in our photo. Right? Because if we have the whole body, or I've seen people with the whole body and the Eiffel Tower behind them. 70, you want to write this down in your pad, 70% of people are using LinkedIn on their mobile phone.
Mm.
If you put a comment on my post, that little circle that's got your photo in it is 4 millimeters big.
Yeah.
Or 4 millimeters small. All right. And if it's your whole body, I was doing something with a lady the other day, and her photo was her wearing jeans, sat on a white chair, wearing a white t-shirt with a white background on the photo. And all you could see was her legs and 2 brown arms and a face. And she was quite a way back. You couldn't see anything. Yeah. So what you do when you've got just the photo of your face, you then put a color behind it so that everybody starts recognizing you. And so obviously I've got yellow behind me, but it's yellow, smiling face and looking at the camera. You've got to look at the camera and you've got to smile with your teeth and your eyes. All right. Not a passport photo, because our brain releases oxytocin when we see somebody smile. So, and when people, connect with me, I send them a message. Hey, why did you connect with me? Was it my smile? And people say, yeah, your profile looks fun. You've got a nice smile, all that sort of stuff. And it really does help. And so many people think it's corporate. So I've got to put a corporate photo and I got to, look all stuffy. And they're like, yeah, all you're doing is turning me off.
Interesting. And you're very, I'm on your profile now, and you're very like there's no question what you do. Like your core offering is, it's screaming, like in a nice way, in a fun way. Yeah, and that's the other thing. And that's the other thing. Like, you're a fun guy.
Yeah.
So that comes across in everything. We're talking about authenticity. So the way you are the way you are online needs to be the way you are in person or in virtual.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I see people like posting a certain way, and then you kind of meet them. It's like, oh, this is like completely different, because they're trying to be, because you can be any way you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Which it doesn't work. Like, why would you even do that? It's like bait and switch. It's like any of these dating apps, which I've never been on, but you hear the
stories, don't you?
Hear the story. It's like, that's not what
6'4" and full of muscles, and it turns up and he looks like me.
Okay, I do have one more question then, because I'm on your profile. It says, and I want people to hear this, and I want people to check out your profile and check out all your stuff will be in the show notes. And I want you to, if you got something, an offer or something like that, you can definitely mention it, because I think it's so valuable. It says in your LinkedIn header or banner, I'll make you visible on LinkedIn to grow your business in just 15 minutes a day. I mean, that's like, there's no question of what you do.
I was talking to someone earlier, and their banner, was just the name of their company.
Yeah.
All right. That's great if you're McDonald's or Apple. We know who you are. But Smith and Sons?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
So I do practice what I preach.
Okay. So practicing what you preach. I'm just scrolling through your LinkedIn. Gang, you got to scroll through his LinkedIn and connect and all that kind of stuff, because it's great. This is what you get. How can you help our listeners if they're confused about LinkedIn and they want to get some help, some guidance on LinkedIn? What are your different options?
First thing to do is go on and you can book a quick call with me. It's only 10 minutes, because people want me all the time. So it's just 10 minutes, and just jump on and ask me anything. All right. DM me a question. It's really not a problem. Also on there, you'll also find my website, which is actually taking you to my quiz. And that's a questionnaire that asks you some questions. Now, when I teach, I've got 5 pillars of content. 5 pillars of my framework. All right. So I've got the 5 C's of LinkedIn. And so I ask you 3 questions for each one of those pillars. And then I deliver a report to you. Okay. And in there is a score for each band of that, of each one of my pillars, and then an overall score. And then for each section, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? You've said you've got this, this, and this. And so it's practical, it's helpful. I used to do a thing where I would record what I see when I look at your profile. That took me loads and loads of time. So I've invested in this tool that will if you get 30%, it'll turn around and say, look, you're obviously struggling with this, so try doing this. All right.
Hmm.
So it's a free thing to do. You just pop in, and then it will give you a report and give you an idea of what you need to focus on, and give you a rah if you're doing some things good. So yeah, go and help yourselves to that, and
Okay.
fill your boots. But yeah, just reach out, connect with me. I love connecting with people, and I do courses. I do one-to-one. I've just launched a brand new online course, so you can just go and watch a load of videos. But I've got over 700 videos on YouTube, so go and watch some of those. Go and look at some of my content. There's loads of helpful stuff. Yeah. And then then you'll get to know me, you'll get to like me, you'll get to trust me. And if you want a bit more of a hand, then let's have a chat and see if I can do anything else to help.
Okay, that's perfect. And I'll put all that information down below in the show notes. Maybe just read out your maybe your website or something in case people don't see the show notes for whatever reason or are like lazy to scroll. What's the easiest way to get in touch with you?
The easiest way to get in touch with me is to Google. If you Google the 15-minute guy, you will find me. That's how powerful personal branding can be. And it's so important to me now. I've just paid to get it registered, so it's now a registered trademark. The 15-minute guy. So it's very cool, isn't it?
So it's interesting. Before we go on that note, so it's interesting because we talk about branding, and I see from your shirt, Full Cup Coaching. I believe is that your actual company name?
Correct.
Okay, but I just saw that. I think I remember that from before because I think you might have been wearing the same shirt or something. Full Cup Coaching, but I remembered the 15-minute guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I talk to people, and people come to me and they go, all right, so I've got this business, and I need to do a business page. And I go, no one cares about your business.
Yeah.
They don't care about your business. In fact, do you know the name of my business? And they look all embarrassed and sad and what have you. It's not the 15-minute guy, is it? And I go, no. But do you think I'm bothered that you don't know the name of my business? No, I don't actually. And that's the key thing. All right. People remember Ashley Leeds, the 15-minute guy. And that's who they're working with. I've got 15,000 followers on LinkedIn. Guess how many my company page has got, Marshall? And bearing in mind, I am a LinkedIn guru. I know this stuff.
Yeah.
Guess how many followers?
Not many. A few hundred.
300. 300.
Yeah.
So like that for personal, and down here for it's because nobody cares.
Yeah.
We care about the person.
Unless you're the Amazons and Apples.
Yeah, but that's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. But you think about some of the companies that you deal with locally, you're only going there because Sally's really sweet when you turn up for a meal, or Dave's a nice guy, or Bob always makes sure you get a decent table.
Yeah.
And if Bob went and worked at a different restaurant, you'd go there.
Yeah.
It's all about the personal brand.
Yeah. And honestly, that's the way it was like in our parents' and our grandparents' days. We went to the tailor or the butcher, right, or the bakery because of the food was good or they had good service, but they had great service, right?
Yeah.
And it was about, oh, hey Ashley, how are you today? Like I remember just dropping off my laundry, growing up at the place I went to, and they knew my name.
Yeah.
Or the sandwich shop, and they knew my name, and they knew my order because I always had the same thing, and I didn't even have to say what it was. They said, "Oh, okay, the usual." Right, that's the stuff. And then we got away from that a little bit with social media at the beginning and all this online stuff. But I think it's all coming back to that personal branding, the connection, this.
Yeah. Can I relate to this person in front of me?
Yeah.
That's it. And by using LinkedIn, you're showing that you are relatable. And I totally get that this bouncing yellow guy from the UK isn't everyone's cup of tea. And that's absolutely fine too.
Have you ever thought of moving to Leeds?
No.
Okay. I've never been there, but
there's nothing wrong with Leeds. It's lovely, but all of my family are down in the West Country. I love the sea, so Leeds is in the middle of the country. Whereas, I like I say, I'm going to pop down and see the sea now.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go do that because that'd be the trifecta. Because then you'd be the Leeds guy from Leeds, right? And it'd be like that'd be just too confusing.
Too confusing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Too confusing. Okay. Ashley, this has been amazing. So thank you so much, gang. Get your go check him out. Connect with him on LinkedIn. Check his videos. Go to his website. Do the assessment. I'm going to go do the assessment. I'm very curious as to what the results are.
And be honest when you're answering those questions, please, Marshall.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I am going
brilliant.
to be brilliant. It has been amazing. Thank you so much. And we might have you back because there's just so much knowledge that you have. And I'm telling you, just from all the business owners that I coach and the people I meet in my groups, my Facebook groups and networking events that I run, LinkedIn is always that one sort of confusing platform. And I don't know many people who are actually leveraging, including myself, who are leveraging the power that it really is. And they're misusing it and misunderstanding it. So I do appreciate you clearing up some of these. And oh my God, like I had no idea about the hashtags and less than 5%. I can see that because I do see a lot of you see a lot of those, I know I'm going on about this, but you see a lot of profiles with no picture.
Yeah. Why?
Right? Or profiles or people out there with 0 posts.
Yeah.
Just never on it. So they think that they need to be on it. Thank you. And we'll have to have you back.
Yeah, my absolute pleasure. And thank you for the great questions. I love this. And thank you very much.
I might be messaging you other questions because I'm sure I forgot some stuff. So anyways, gang, check them out. Stuff is in the show notes. Thank you so much. Also, rank this podcast if you really enjoy it as a 5-star podcast so other people can catch Ashley's episode with us here today. And we'll see you guys again next week on another episode of The Stern Truth, Business Unfiltered.
Cheerio.
Thank you so much for tuning in to The Stern Truth. If you found today's episode helpful, we would love to hear from you. Please like, share, and leave us a review. Also, if you'd like to be a guest in an upcoming episode or join us in one of our Momentum Accountability Group sessions, simply email me to marshall@marshallstern.net. That's marshallstern.net. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep pushing forward and leading with confidence.